everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we're going to learn about 4 simple habits that make you more attractive. Now, let's begin. Number 1, the first move. Are you afraid to make the first move? Just imagine yourself talking to someone you like, someone you have feelings for. The two of you have been smiling and laughing for hours. You've shared stories about each other's lives, you've gotten to know each other on a deeper level, but you've got a problem. You don't know what to do next. At some point, everyone encounters this scary situation. You think you have a strong romantic connection, but there's a little voice in your head that tells you otherwise. That little voice reminds you of all your fears. It convinces you that you're misreading every sign and you're ruining every moment. When you listen to that little voice, you fear the worst. Instead of expressing how you feel, you become passive. You wait for a sign from the universe telling you what to do. While you're waiting for a sign, your perfect moment just slips away. So instead of making your move, you do nothing. When you've missed one perfect opportunity, you may have trouble creating another because your fears build up on top of each other like weights stacked onto your shoulders. But fear doesn't just affect your mindset, it also changes the impression that you make on others. We show the best sides of ourselves when we're confident and secure. This is true in the workplace, in friendships, and in relationships. We gain more respect, more authority, and more attention when we confidently face the unknown, when we take risks and we overcome challenges. Other people admire and draw energy from the confidence that you bring to the table. Let's go back to our example. You're having a conversation with someone you like. You want to vocalize your feelings, but the last time you were afraid. You listen to that pessimistic voice in your head, but this time you summon your courage to act. You make a bold move and you communicate your feelings in a physical way. But what happens next? If the other person feels the same way, they'll recognize the risk that you're taking and they'll admire your confidence and courage. They know how terrifying it can be to be vulnerable, but you're choosing to take that risk. Why? Because this person means something to you. This person is significant enough to put your ego on the line. By making the first move, you're showing how bold, confident, and fearless you can be. You're not only communicating your feelings, which makes you more attractive, but you're also showing a new side of your personality, a confident and courageous persona that people find irresistible. But there's one more reason that bold makes you more attractive. People want to know that you're willing to take risks. They want to see, hear, and feel how much you care about them. A bold move is an act of devotion, which communicates your feelings loud and clear. Sometimes your bold moves will activate someone's feelings. You may change their entire perception of you by making a bold decision. For example, one bold move can change a friendship into a relationship. Your friend may not have seen you in a romantic way, but when you showed a new confident part of your personality, they saw you in a different light. Suddenly, they can see what makes you attractive, and your friendship becomes something more. This is just one example of how something as simple as a bold decision can affect the people around you. While making the first move doesn't feel simple in the heat of the moment, it does make you a more attractive option to almost everyone you meet. So, believe in your ability to make things happen and trust your instincts. Because you're your most attractive self when you're confident and courageous. Number 2. Universal curiosity. Curiosity is another attractive trait that's often overlooked. Many people associate curiosity with intellectual interests. You're curious about a job, you're curious about a subject, maybe you're curious about a problem that you can't solve, but curiosity is also a social skill, which many attractive people use to their advantage. Just think about the last great conversation you had. Most great conversations are stimulated by interest. If one person is genuinely interested in what the other person has to say, the conversation will never die. To put it simply, every great conversation is stimulated by curiosity. So, what simple habit will make you more attractive? Be curious about every single person you meet. It doesn't matter if you're talking to your best friend or a total stranger. Make your curiosity clear and vocalize your interests in any way you can. So why does this make you more attractive? Expressing curiosity tells people that you're engaged and you're interested. They feel a stronger connection to you when you demonstrate a greater interest in their opinions or their life. For example, if someone tells you a personal story, they're making a small investment in you as a person. When you show interest in their story, you're reinforcing their investment. Your curiosity peels back the layers of their personality and it deepens your emotional connection. But there's an important question we've yet to answer. How do you naturally express curiosity in a conversation? There are many ways to show curiosity, but some are easier than others. Sometimes you can express your interest directly. You might say something like, "That's so interesting," or "Please tell me more." When someone hears these phrases, they feel encouraged to talk honestly and openly. You're giving them support and assurance, which gives this person the confidence to be themselves. Another great way to show curiosity is to ask questions. Questions allow you to control the conversation while showing interest in the person you're talking to. If they tell a story, for example, and you ask a relevant question, you're showing genuine interest and providing your undivided attention. So be curious about everyone you meet, and don't be afraid to show your curiosity, because people want to see, hear, and feel your interest. If they can, then you'll be more attractive, engaging, and memorable to everyone you meet. Number 3, a passionate lifestyle. Do you have too much time on your hands? Do you feel ashamed of the amount of time you waste? You'd be surprised how much your lifestyle impacts your romantic success. People who are busy, passionate, and driven attract more attention than they realize. Their minds are focused on larger goals and they value every minute of their time. Because they lead full, busy lives, they always have something interesting to say and they find meaning in everything they do. These people are overflowing with drive and passion, which fascinates almost everyone they meet. This creates a different kind of attraction. Instead of physical attraction, let's call this intellectual attraction. Ultimately, physical attraction is a small part of the equation. Someone's good looks may draw your attention, but a real connection requires psychological, intellectual, and emotional stimulation. In other words, it doesn't matter what you look like if you have nothing interesting to say. That's why passionate people attract all kinds of attention. They have interesting lifestyles, unique hobbies, and fascinating careers. They're always looking for new subjects or questions to explore, and they like to explore those questions with the people they meet. You'll find the most attractive people physically and intellectually are also the most interesting. So, what are unattractive people doing wrong? Why is your life less interesting than it could be? Unattractive people have a very bad habit. They feel ashamed of their interests and passions, so they avoid talking about their goals and dreams. If, for example, someone may ask you, "So what were you up to today?" Most unattractive people have nothing to say. They don't want other people to know how they spend their time, they're ashamed, and that shame is obvious to everyone they meet. But anyone can take responsibility for their time and their lifestyle. Anyone can create an interesting life that makes them feel confident and proud. In other words, if you want to be more attractive, build your lifestyle, cultivate new hobbies, pursue interesting experiences, or do something that scares you. Diversify your lifestyle, because the most attractive people aren't just good-looking, they're interesting inside and out. Number 4, approachable signals. Many people try too hard to appear attractive. Many men, for example, want to look cool and carefree, so they hide their emotions, they tone down their body language, and they pretend like they don't care. You'll find these cool guys standing over there in the corner with their arms crossed over their chest and an empty look on their face. Often they blend into the background. They may be wondering if other people think they look as cool as they think they do. But the harder they try to look cool, the less attractive they become. The truth is, people are attracted to approachable, kind, and enthusiastic personalities. They're looking for someone who will talk, smile, and laugh, so it's time to stop playing it cool. You may think your carefree attitude is attractive, but it scares people away. It discourages people from getting to know you. Your body language is closed. Your expression is cold and your cool demeanor is sending an unfriendly message. Luckily, anyone can be open, friendly, and approachable by changing their body language. Accessible body language sends more positive signals to the people you meet, cultivating stronger and more frequent social connections. But how do you improve your body language? Well, you start by uncrossing your arms. Next, put a smile on your face. Finally, stop hiding in the corner of the room. By improving your body language, people will get a better understanding of how attractive you really are. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.